Turn the mics on, let the games begin. We're diving deep, it's where I've always been. Got the stats laid out, knowledge on tap. It's the press box, baby, we're making it rap. From the field to the court, we cover it all. When the whistle blows, hear the players call. Voices raised high with opinions that rock. In this hard rock world, we're smashing the clock. Welcome to the press box. Let's raise some hell. We're rocking every story. Come and hear us tell. With passion and fury, we light up the night. This hard rock anthem, it feels so right.
Good evening and welcome to another edition of the Press Box. Brian Carson here with my co-host, Kenny B. the Barner. What's up, Kenny?
Oh, the temperature about 10 or 15 degrees too much.
How about it? You're probably like me right now, though. I'm grooving with the air conditioner on, baby. I love it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we got this week, me and my air conditioner have become very close.
Thank God. Could you imagine, man, I always do when we get hot days like this, what it was like for people before air conditioning?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God. They're a lot tougher than we were.
Yeah, I couldn't do it.
As soon as I get a little bit of heat on me and start to sweat, it's like, uh-oh. Air conditioning, please. World Cup today, semifinals. England up 1-0. And in the last, 15 minutes, they give up 2 goals.
Wow.
And lose 2-1 to Argentina. And England's heartbreak continues at the World Cup. The only time they won it was 1966, when I was born.
Wow.
And they had it. They had it, and then their coach put them. He put 5 defensive players in, and instead of playing to win, Kenny, how many times do you see it? They played not to lose. And you let Argentina, a guy like Messi, attack like that. Boom, boom, boom. I can't believe it. I'm a soccer nut.
and Spain was probably licking their chops now because they have a rougher time with England than they do with Argentina.
Oh my God! Did you see what they did to France? Spain. France was my pick to win it all. They had scores and talent every frickin' where. And Spain dominated them. I know Argentina's the defending champs. I know they got Messi, but Spain is so good.
Am I right by saying Spain's 27-0 and only allowed 1 goal this whole World Cup?
Yes. They've only allowed 1 goal in the entire World Cup. They're on I think it's a 37 match winning streak. So that's it. Sunday at 1:00. Spain and Argentina. Argentina's trying to become the first team to win back-to-back World Cups since Brazil in 58 and 1962 when they had that dude named Pele. Yeah.
New York Cosmo Pele, if people can remember that.
Me and Jed were talking about that the other day on his show. Giorgio Canale and Kyle Rote Jr. and Pele, the New York Cosmos. So that was my soccer update. And what'd you think of the All-Star game? Jeez, 4-0.
Yeah, it was kind of a snoozer, wasn't it? I mean,
Yeah,
3 hits total for National League.
yeah. Nobody can hit anymore. Do you
No.
remember the days? Remember the days that you get your box score and look at it back in our day, and there'd be like 16 guys batting over 300.
Mm-hmm.
Now
Yep.
there's like three.
Well, it's because everyone's going for the long ball now.
Yeah, I mean it's like all of a sudden people forgot how to hit.
Mm-hmm.
Give me the Rod Carew and Tony Gwynn singles and doubles, baby.
And Paul Molitor and Pete Rose.
Yeah.
Those
We're going back though. Some of these younger
Yeah.
people listening will go,
Like
"Who the
who?
hell are they?" Thank you, Ed Stewart,
Mhm.
for the like. Ed is always following us. We appreciate it.
Yes.
And Braden Treaster. Thank you, Braden.
Yes, thank you.
He's down there at Delta State getting ready for the football season. Will be right around the corner.
I bet it's hot down there if it's hot up here.
Mississippi, you bet. I wonder if do you think somebody like Delta State, maybe Braden, can answer? Do they even have NIL money to give to give somebody? Because that's probably reserved for the Division One guys.
Mm-hmm.
You never know, though. So tonight we did our little sports brief there,
Mm-hmm.
but tonight, Kenny's idea, we're going to do something a little bit funky. We're going to interview each other. And I can hear people right now going, "Oh, shit." Just to see how we got started and,
Mm-hmm.
you know, in the sports business. Even though I am not writing much sports anymore, which I regret that because that's still my first love.
Mm-hmm.
I do have a soccer column coming out on Carson on Sports on the World Cup.
Nice.
How I used to snooze, and now the World Cup made me a fan. I still don't know if I'm going to watch soccer on a regular basis, but I got into this World Cup. I've watched most of the games.
Now the World Cup's every 4 years?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought.
I might watch the biggies like the UEFA, which is the European Championships, that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
But I don't know if I can watch it on a like regular season, whole season basis. Nah.
Mm.
So let's get this started, huh?
Well, all
Eh?
right. Sounds good.
So I'll start off.
Okay.
Kenny, what got you into sports, and how did that turn into like, well, I want to be a sports writer and cover this stuff?
Well, I got into sports at an early age, around 3 or 4. My dad and my uncle Gil Varner were coaches for the Lewistown Pee Wee Panthers at that time, and they got me a uniform and they let me stand on the sidelines as a mascot. And I was there, and I worked out with the team, practiced with the team. I wasn't allowed to play in any games, but that basically started my love for sports. And then I got into Pony League, and like a lot of kids around, I went up through the Mifflin County systems in both football and baseball, and even joined some basketball. One of my coaches was Ed Stewart.
Really?
You can tell he has patience of a saint because I was little reckless and had a temper on me. And he found a way of calming me down and keeping me in check. So, but anyway, I just came up through the system like a lot of the kids, and I played 3 sports, and then I always kept up with the local sports here. Go 15, 20 years later, a certain group of girls and boys from Lewistown went to the state finals, and I followed that on the radio, and thought, boy, wouldn't that be great to be there to watch and to write about? And come 1998, I think it was the summer of 1998, I came in, and is it Mark Kinnar?
Yeah.
Or was it him and Scotty Franco interviewed me, and then from there, as what they say, the rest is history.
Cool.
How about you?
Mine, if your neighborhood was like mine, we did, and I think it was a good thing. We didn't have smartphones. We didn't have streaming TV. We didn't have the internet.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't even have cable TV. Our thing in our neighborhood was sports.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody played it. We'd all get together for backyard football. In the summer, it was baseball, wiffle ball, basketball, wherever we could get a court, tennis. We'd go up to Birch Hill and play baseball and hit it around. A gang of us. He recently passed away, Joe Porpatege, and I wrote a tribute to him. Was just a really good athlete, and these older kids, it was really cool because they let us young guys play. When they could have said, "Get away from here, runt."
Mm-hmm.
But no, we played backyard ball with I was like 8, 9, 10 years old playing with teenagers.
Mm-hmm.
And there was no mercy. They tackled. But that led to, I was just, think because of my brother playing, but I always was into sports, and I was a sports geek. Okay. I first got into like watching sports. I can remember it vividly. It was a Monday Night Football game, 1972. The Rams were playing the Redskins, and Roman Gabriel was the quarterback for the Rams. And I'm like, I got so into the game, and I'm like, that's my team right there. And it just led, and I always knew, I didn't know they paid so little. But I knew right then and there, even in my young mind, I rationalized, most people, only the 1% can be pro athletes. I knew I wasn't going to be a pro athlete even back then, but I was geek enough, Kenny, where I would watch the games, baseball, basketball, football, whatever. And I'm talking like 7, 8 years old. I'd watch the games, keep stats, and then by hand do a little write-up of the game.
Wow.
For nobody else but myself.
That's awesome.
I wish I would have kept them, because I went, to read how bad they really were, the write-ups. And then I remember 13, we had this our teacher, why I can't remember the teacher, I don't know, but said, to write your goals down. And I wrote 2 because the one was so wild. I knew it wasn't good. Well, you never know, but I knew 99.9% it wasn't going to happen. My 2 goals I wrote down was, the first one, the wild and crazy one, was to own the Los Angeles Rams. And the second one was to be a sports writer and cover the Super Bowl. And I got to do it.
Nice.
And that's long story how I got into it. And I just always knew that I wanted to do that. And but I took the hard way. And I know you aren't either. I didn't go to school for journalism or writing. I just liked it, and I don't know, writing about it came natural a little bit. But also
from the heart.
Yeah. It was also, I don't have to tell you, it was hard work to try to get better and better. Because my first stuff was shit. A big steaming pile of it. So we know how we got into sports and why we wanted to be sports writers. If you had to pick, what's your favorite sport?
I'd have to say baseball. I love sitting and just watching. Now I don't do it as much as I'd like to, but covering baseball, I love it because there's so much going on, but it's at a slower pace where you can catch everything and the little nuances, and love the 7th inning stretch. Just everything about it. Plus, that was the first sport when I was little that I fell in love with. I was a Yankee fan, and we had WPIX New York.
Oh yeah,
they
Bill Rizzuto and Bill White.
And Bill White, Bobby Mercer later on.
Yeah.
It was great. And Reggie Jackson was my idol growing up.
Reggie, Thurman Munson.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, that was the years to be Yankee fans because from the Bucky Dent hit in Fenway Park to complete the comeback from being down, I think it was 9 games.
Yeah.
And then in the final month, they came back and they forced the 1-game playoff, and Boston hosted it, and Bucky Dent, who normally is a slap hitter, ended up hitting a home run. So, baseball's always given me the flair for dramatics, and it's just one that I love. Now, football as of late has been pretty cool too, but nothing will be like the 70s and 80s baseball, that's for sure.
I remember the WPIX and I watched a lot of the Yankee games because my brother was a Yankee fan. And I could still today name you most of that starting team. It's embedded in my mind.
Well, and what was cool back then is there wasn't this free agent stuff like you got now. So
agency. So you knew unless you made a trade or some rookie came up, your roster was staying the same, and there was more loyalty to your team. Now, I was an oddball, goofball. Imagine going to school as a youngster, and your team is the Montreal Expos.
Wow.
Because I picked favorite teams on who my favorite player was. And I started, when I started watching baseball, I didn't have a team. But around the mid-70s, I saw an Expo game. They was on TV. They were playing the Phillies. And Andre Dawson and Gary Carter were on that Expo team. And Dawson became my favorite player. So I was an Expo. That's why I'm a Nationals fan. Because Montreal moved to Washington. And yeah, so I was an oddball there. My favorite sport, it's tough. It's a tie. It's football and wrestling. I love both. I mean, football and wrestling. You know that. Diehard Rams fan. And wrestling is just, I remember my grandpap took me to a Penn State match. And I saw, for you older guys, Andy Matter wrestle. And he was a 2-time national champ for Penn State. I think he went to Upper Darby High School, if I'm not mistaken. And I saw him. And then Channel 3 PBS had a Lehigh wrestling match on. And I saw Mark Lieberman. I can't remember his brother's name. The Lieberman brothers at Lehigh. And with the Andy Matter thing. And I was hooked. I mean, I love everything about it. The one-on-one. It's just you and the other guy. It's 6 minutes of hell. I mean, and, you know, you got to be dedicated to be good at it. I mean, it's an art. It's an art form. It really is. And I was hooked. So they're my two favorite sports.
Nice.
What about favorite sport to cover? Is it baseball?
Yeah, I'd definitely say baseball. Yeah, and actually, to be honest with you, lacrosse has kind of crawled into the top spot too, since it's been implemented into the local area.
Mine's wrestling, you know that.
Right.
Football, I do not put that up there as one of my favorites. I love covering it. I love the game. I love watching it, but it's so stat heavy.
Yeah.
I always say, like, I haven't done it recently, but in 30 some years, I don't think I've ever watched a game because you're so busy doing stats, you don't have time. I mean, you're recording the stats, but you're not really watching the game. If you know you know what I mean.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it's like you got to get everything. It's so stat heavy. But I like wrestling. Easy to stat. And, you know, I love broadcasting it too. I hope to do that again. Yeah, so that would be my favorite to cover. And who knows? If I get my leg and can get around, maybe I'll do soccer.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
Wow, this is a toughie. What's your favorite moment covering high school sports?
Well, I'd have to say the year that Lewistown won the state championship against Mifflinburg.
That was a good one. I was there. You were too.
Yeah, I was working with the County Observer at the time, and I had just gone full time there. And I remember back then we didn't have these map quests or anything. You had to print it out or, you know, have an atlas to figure out where you're going.
Yeah, the good old map.
Yeah, so I cheated. I cheated that year, and I just followed the bus. And they stopped. What's that?
I said, why not? That's an easy way.
And they stopped off right before, I think, halfway or a little over halfway and practiced. Got some practice in, and I sat there and watched them practice and then followed them to the game. And it was the first real I don't know, excitement where you had the goosebumps and, all that. It was, you were so happy for the kids, and, to see them win that game was awesome. But I also had an embarrassing moment. They had just won this. They had just won, and I'm jumping down to get pictures on the field, and didn't I hit a button on my camera, and all the batteries flew out. And I hurried up and I put them all back in quick, and I ended up getting pictures. But it was just like, of all times to do something stupid. It was, but yeah, that was my favorite high school moment, I'd have to say.
Mine's up there. That's up there. Me and Franco went up together.
Mm.
I can't remember which. I think I did the game story and Franco wrote a column.
Mm.
But my favorite moment covering sports, I think if I had to narrow it down, boy, it's tough. There's been so many good moments, huh?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
But I think it would be Hayden Hodley when he won the state title, because that ended a 28-year drought. We hadn't had a state champion in wrestling since Joe Dalbert in '89. And then Hodley broke that drought. That was fun. I enjoyed it. And then close to that wasn't even our area. I wish we'd have kept the recording so you could have heard how excited I got. Jed and I were down covering state wrestling for then we were doing it on Bigfoot, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was when Spencer Lee, undefeated, going for 4 state titles, lost to Austin DeSanto 6-5, and we broadcasted it. And I was like freaking out, losing my voice. I mean, that was something, because he had never lost and was going for 4 state titles. And we all thought, well, he's just going to wipe DeSanto out. Nope. 6-5, lost. So that was a pretty cool moment, too. And it wasn't even our area. But I don't know about you. I think the most exciting I ever got, well, that'll be on this. What was your favorite moment covering any college or football?
I have a couple here. The top one was early in the Hometown Sports' early days, right after Penn State came off of its death penalty. I traveled to New York to watch them play in the Pinstripe Bowl and cover it. That was probably the highlight of my career so far, because I sit in Yankee Stadium, where, right across the street from the old Yankee Stadium. And, I got to cover that, and it was an exciting game. It was down to a winning field goal at the end. So that was exciting. I was on the sidelines when Larry Johnson, when they were playing Michigan State, and he got the 2,000 yard mark rushing. So that was pretty cool as well. And I even got a chance to I was lucky and privileged enough to work for a baseball newspaper or magazine early on in my career, and I got to cover the Little League World Series. The year after the New York player that said he was underage, but he's really like 35. The pitcher.
Danielle Monte, is that who it was?
That's who it was. Yep. So
I'm in Little League, getting ready to graduate from high school.
Yeah, so I'd have to say those were the top ones for me. How about you?
Good. Yeah, I can't narrow it down to one. I'll give you a couple. I'll start out with my very first football game Friday night I ever covered. You're standing there on the sidelines and you know the feeling. Mm-hmm. And it was Friday Night Football and you just got that chill. It's like, this is so awesome. They are actually paying me to do this. And it was Lewistown against Phillipsburg. Mm. That was my first game I ever covered.
Wow.
Yeah, I had a lot of good ones. The next one, obviously, was covering Super Bowl 45. Mm. Packers and the Steelers. That was, that's the height. That's the biggest.
Doesn't get much higher than that.
Right. That's the biggest thing I ever did. And then another one was meeting two people when I was working for CBS Sports. I was, the Steelers are I was covering the Steelers. And they're one of the only teams. Honestly, they treat you nice. They're one of the only teams that let sports writers eat with the players.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And boy, do they got food. Anything you can think of is there.
Wow.
And it gets pretty damn crowded for seats. And I got in and I'm writing something on the practice that day. It was training camp. For spring training for training camp, and to get it to CBS, and I'm not paying attention, and I get this voice going, "Hey, do you mind if I sit here?" I said, I didn't look up. I said, no, go ahead, and he said, what are you following a story? I said, yeah, about today's training camp. And I looked up and it was freaking Mean Joe Green.
Oh, wow.
And I got the chills. I mean, they told you at CBS, do not have hero worship. Do not get autographs or you're fired. And I didn't. But oh my God, I'm like, Mean Joe Green is sitting at the same table I am. Oh my God. I felt like the little kid when Mean Joe threw him a jersey. Have a Coke, dude. And the second one, obviously, being a Ram fan, when the Cardinals came to town, I got to interview Kurt Warner.
Nice.
And I wanted to tell him I love you, but I didn't. So they were my coolest moments. Which I'm thankful I was lucky. Okay, here we go. Your funniest moment covering a sport.
Okay. Well, now this all happened to me on one day, so hold on to your hats because this is like almost unbelievable. Here again, I was working for I think I was working for the Sentinel at that time. They had called me back and when you and Scotty left, and they sent me up to I forget what town it was, but they said the game was at Christy Mathewson Field. So I took off, and
I know where that is, believe it or not.
Oh, really?
Yes. Maria has family up that way.
Oh, okay. So then so you know how confusing that area is.
Yes.
So I'm on my way up, just normal, just like every other road trip, And here again, this was before we had MapQuest and
GPS stuff. Yeah.
GPS. So I get hungry, and it's a long way. I think it's like a 3.5-hour drive.
Yes, it's a bitch.
And it's crazy. So I stop in at Arby's to get something to eat and go to the bathroom. Well, after I ate, I went to the bathroom. And as I went to come out of the bathroom, the spring broke. So I'm stuck in a Arby's bathroom. Pounding on the door, trying to they had to get a locksmith to come in and unlock me out of there. So I'd like to give myself an hour or two, leadway. So if something stupid like that happens. So I'm doing pretty good. And I get back in my car and I start driving and I start trying to find Christy Mathewson Field. Well, nobody told me, but up in that area, there's 5 different Christy Mathewson Fields. So I get out at the first one and I leave the door open in my car, which will come back to haunt me later in the story. And I see the field, nobody's there. I'm like, crap. So, and these fields were linked together and nobody was at any of the fields. So I'm getting lost here trying to find the real field. And then, lucky for me, which is unlucky for other people, there was a wreck as I was trying to find these fields, and we got rerouted. So in those days, you roll down your window and ask somebody for directions. Well, I did this to one of the flagmen, and they put me in the right direction. So when I finally get there, I'm like 5 minutes late. So I'm like, oh, this is good. This is really good. So the team I'm covering, Mifflin County Girls Little League All-Stars, I get up in the press box, and they pour on, I think, 15 runs in the first inning. So this game was only like a half hour. It took me over 4 hours to get there.
Yeah.
So no sooner do I get there, I get it, I cover it, and then I go to leave. Okay. Well, I'm not one good with directions. So I'm on my way home, and I'm not sure where I'm going. Things look familiar. And while I'm driving, I feel something like a little pressure on the back of my ankles. I didn't think nothing of it. And then it started to get a little harder. So I stopped my car, and it was a field mouse nibbling on the back of my ankle.
Oh my God.
This is the trip from hell. And well, I had my baseball glove with me, and I was a first baseman, so I had a first baseman's glove. I scooped them up, chucked them out the window, and took off. I got home to the Sentinel, and mind you, I left at 10 o'clock in the morning, and it's 7 o'clock at night when I get back to the Sentinel. And then on top of that, they send me for getting dinner for everybody.
Jeez.
And then
I just said, hell no.
That was just crazy. So that was my trip. So how about you?
Wow. I got 2. One, Tom Laub and I were doing Mifflin County Williamsport football. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And the first half, we were just grooving. Everything was working.
Mm-hmm.
We had this amazing first half, and we got to halftime and the commercials, and we were bragging about it. It's like, man, we were really freaking good. We killed it. And our board guy came on. He was too nervous to tell us that it wasn't working, and the whole first half, we talked to ourselves. Nobody heard it.
Oh, no.
I was pissed then, but now I can laugh about it. The other one is putting your foot squarely in your mouth. Lewistown, Indian Valley made the state playoffs, both of them in baseball.
Mhm.
And we were down, it was in Indiana, PA. So it's Franco, me, Buffy Boyer, Ray Wild, and Fred Zook. Remember Fred?
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeagertown Junior Babe Ruth coach.
Mhm.
So we decide, let's stop at the Jimmy Stewart restaurant. Because that's where the famous actor was from.
Uh-huh.
So we go in, we order, we eat. And Franco's like, okay, I want you, I forget what day it was. He goes, after we get back, I want you to cover McVaytown against Yeagertown Junior Babe Ruth. And this is when, remember the McVaytown 7?
Mm-hmm.
This is when McVaytown was dominating people in Junior Babe Ruth. And Yeagertown was really bad. And I said to Franco, why the hell are you having me cover this when you know Yeagertown sucks?
Oh.
And it won't even be a game. And Ray Wild is kicking my leg under the table. And I remember that Fred Zook is sitting right beside me. I was so humiliated.
Mhm.
And Fred, being the good guy he is, God rest his soul, said, you're right. They're going to kill us. But that was putting your foot squarely in your mouth. And unfortunately, I've done it more times than I care to remember. We talked about our favorite sport to cover. What accomplishments have you achieved in this, our lovely business? Which I don't really care about awards, but
Yeah, I haven't got any awards. But accomplishments I'd have to say is when we started the magazine and to see the youngsters going in and pointing out when they see each other in the magazine, and then them eventually growing up and having stuff for their kids. That's if anything, that's the accomplishment. I'll keep near and dear to my heart. Just creating that magazine and just seeing the kids, the look on their faces when they see them or their friend in there, and that's something that I always hold near and dear.
They're good accomplishments, man. Absolutely. Mine is I've been able to do this for 30 some years. Because most people don't last that long.
Mm-hmm.
You know that. We're old grizzled veterans. I'd have to say working for, even though I hated it, working for CBS Sports was cool. Was cool covering the NFL. But I was the sports writer, not good for the job. I was the sports writer who hated to travel. I just hate it. I hate it. Hate it. And then as far as awards, I would have to say when I got in 2018, the District 6 wrestling coaches voted me Man of the Year, which was cool. And then
awesome.
Obviously the Mifflin County Hall of Fame was cool, but I know you're the same way. I've never been in it for awards and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's because I loved it. That's all.
Yeah. And you do it for the kids too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely not for the money. What would you like to accomplish before you retire?
That was a toughie. It was a toughie when I wrote it, but I would say maybe make it on ESPN someday. Um, not to broadcast or anything, but maybe be interviewed.
That's cool. That's a good one to have.
With either the special needs Bulldogs or the magazine or something about
Yeah.
or even us getting on a national like iHeartRadio or we're on YouTube, which is great. That's kind of fun to go back and play our
And
stuff on YouTube.
We're on Twitter too.
And yeah. So but yeah, I'd like
or
to
X.
see,
I'm sorry, it's X now.
oh yeah, they switched it. That's right. But yeah, something to be recognized nationally. I think that'd be pretty cool. Not to boast about it or strut about it, but just when I grew up, a lot of people didn't think that I was going to make anything of myself. So I just want to prove some people wrong yet.
That's right. That's right.
How about you?
Thank you, Jedster. Appreciate the like. Jed Donahue. Good friend of ours.
Yep. Hey, Jed.
My mentor in radio. I mean, he was the one that, got me in it and recommended me to do it. I was freaking nervous when we first did something together because this guy, was the voice of the PIAA and broadcasted World Series games, and I'm like, shit, I'm a punk from Lewistown who never broadcasted in his damn life.
And he was syndicated all over Pennsylvania too.
Yeah, and Jed was really cool, made me feel comfortable, and gave me that start. And we had fun when we were together. I mean, we had some we had some good times. What do I want to accomplish? I just said I don't give a shit about awards. But really, the one thing I would like to see is to be in the I don't even know if I should say it. People think, like, is that all you think about? But I would like to be in the District 6 Wrestling Hall of Fame for writing.
Yeah, I think that's going to be something that happens. I see that
for covering it because not many are in writers. Not wrestlers or coaches or but writers. There's not many. Ron Bracken's one. I would like to get in there. That would be nice.
Yeah. Awesome.
But we'll see.
Well, you might get in there too for broadcasting and writing.
I don't know about broad. You really think, huh?
Oh,
well,
yeah.
I know. I really, if that doesn't happen, I'm okay. When I started, I had 2 goals. to cover the NFL
Mhm.
and to cover a Super Bowl. And it happened. So everything else is just icing on the cake.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
You know what I mean? I mean, it's
Mhm.
like, hell, I did what I wanted to do. Um, Actually, I still wish that, I would get. Thank you, Greg Rank. I wish I could cover sports again. I mean, hopefully soon with the leg and
Mhm.
that I can get out and cover sports again because I would love to do it.
Mhm.
Again, I mean, I want to do it until like they have to carry me out.
Yeah.
Or,
Well, I
or
know a lot of people miss you not being around. That's for sure.
thank you.
Mm.
But I just, they're gonna. I'll stop doing it when I'm like drooling over on my chin and see now.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I have no intention to retire. I don't like. That's a bad word to me.
Mhm.
I think that was a pretty cool run that we've done.
Yeah.
I think
Oh, yeah.
I think we've gone through everything, don't you?
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Yeah.
But it's the I don't know. Broadcasting, I love it, but writing's my thing.
Mm.
If it's between the two,
Mhm.
it's the writing. And I like what I'm doing at the Sentinel, but
Mhm.
I miss. That's why one of the reasons why I like doing this. I miss sports,
Mm.
and I don't do that that much at the Sentinel anymore.
Mm.
So at least I can get my sports out here and through
Yeah.
my Carson on Sports columns about pro and college. So, do we have any shout outs?
Actually, with as dull and boring as this week's been, I don't have any.
Yeah, it's one of those things where even getting a guest is a bitch because
Yeah.
nothing's going on. It's the summer, man.
Right.
So, but it'll pick up soon.
Yep. And then we'll be full bore until next June.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that, it starts here with this idiot start to the season in August 19th.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Well, the kids aren't even back in school yet, are they?
No, not at all.
Hmm.
Not at all.
Mm.
They're taking away a lot of their, not a lot, but they're taking away summer vacation, and
Mm-hmm.
all of a sudden they got to go. The heat acclimation's probably going to start beginning of August.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and then they do their 7. Well, I know some teams are doing their 7-on-7s right now.
Yeah, getting the 7-on-7 done.
Yeah, but yeah, it's going to be anxious to see how this goes then this season.
Yeah, Shane, they got a good coach.
Mm-hmm.
They just have to get the the feeder system going and working and getting these kids to come out.
Mm-hmm.
Because I hope I'm wrong, but I've heard, I don't know if you have, I've heard that they're not getting a bunch of kids out
Wow.
for football.
Hmm.
Now maybe that was just for it's not mandatory summer weightlifting and
Mm-hmm.
all that stuff, but
Yeah, but still, you got to have that if you want to compete in the leagues that you're in. You know,
right,
you got your off season is the most is more important than what people realize.
right, absolutely. You gotta you gotta get that going. That's what successful programs do. They have that feeder system, and the kids just come right up through, ready to go.
Hmm.
What do you got coming up?
Nothing until the 21st. I believe that there is um a tournament, uh Little League All Stars 9 through 11 team. It's they're playing in Belleville, and they're gonna have a tournament there too. Now I'm not sure. There's supposedly a Mifflin County team in that Little League um, playoff, or whatever that tournament is. So I'll be covering that. But other than that, nothing really starts until like the 21st.
Right,
So I'm
gotcha.
I'm saving my energy, getting stuff done around the house, and getting prepared before things start again.
Cool. Yeah, yeah. The only thing I got is a column coming out probably tomorrow on the World Cup, and how I've at least for this World Cup have become a fan.
That's cool.
So when's your with the Bulldogs your first game?
Right now we're gonna start practice July 29th. We're trying to get teams. Right now we're scheduled. We have 9 games secured, but we're looking to at least have 15 games.
Cool.
So we're still not started out yet. It's too hot for our
Oh
players,
yeah, yeah.
and um, so we're pushing it back to July 29th for our first practice, and filling out all the forms and stuff. So, uh, but we had a good show with our banquet. It was
Yeah,
really
tell
nice.
me about that. I would love to have been there, but you know my situation.
Yeah, well, we had all but 2 or 3 of our regular players. Always set it up that we played DVDs of the different Super Bowls we were in. Had a lot of good food. Uh, Trying to get organized and make this year a pretty good, 20th anniversary year, and uh, just the kids enjoyed the food and hanging out. And at the end, they had a water battle, and uh, it was a nice day. We recognized some of our former players, and uh, some of our original. We still have 4 players that are from that original team. So 20 years they've been hanging out with us, and it's been fun.
Did you? How many former players showed up?
We had 1 or 2, um, and we had another one that couldn't get a ride in, but he would have been there too. Um, but yeah, it was good to see them. We had some of the jerseys, the retired jerseys of some of the players. We put that up and we decorated it, showing the different pictures and stuff from all the 20 years, and uh, just did it up good for the kids.
Awesome. Sounds like you guys had a great time.
It was great. Something that I think we all needed as a team too. You know, sometimes um, people, go their own separate ways, and it's hard to get everybody together. But for one day, we had almost everybody together, and it was a real good time.
That's awesome. That's awesome. A lot more exciting than my weekend.
What did you do?
Not much. Watch World Cup. Watch World Cup.
Mm.
Cool. Anything else, buddy?
Nope. I think that's it.
All right. Awesome. That'll wrap it up. About do it for this week's episode. We thank you for showing up, everybody. We appreciate it. We'll be back again next week. Until then, take care. Have a great rest of your week. Good night.
Oh, thanks for letting us reminisce. Good night, everybody.
Yeah, and Kenny, don't forget, don't lock the Arby's bathroom door.
I haven't ever since.
Okay. All right. All right, that's going to do it. Take care, everybody. Good night.
Night.
You've been listening to The Press Box with Brian Carson and Kenny Varner. Tune in next week for another episode of The Press Box.